Boom! Welcome back, folks. This is Douglas Smythe from PhoenixShaving.com, and today we are going to be looking at something, well, a little bit different than my typical shaving tutorials. We're going to be looking at beard dyeing. Yeah. Are you ready to dye? I know I am. Check it out, folks. This is our new No-Go Gray solution. It's a non-chemical, all-natural, well, beard and mustache dye. Yeah, don't grow old gracefully. Can I say that? I just said it. Regardless, this is an all-natural alternative to the stuff that, well, in the past for me that I've used has given me chemical burns, given me rashes, itches. When you use the chemical stuff, bad things can happen. Sometimes you get good results, sometimes you get bad results. Most of the time you get bad results, at least in my case. Another thing about using the chemical stuff is it doesn't look real. It kind of looks like a fake dye job. It's that solid, one-size-fits-all dye job. It's one color, one solid color, which looks extremely fake to me. You can always tell when someone's dyeing their hair, be it on their head or on their beard, when they use this stuff. So that's why we turn to this instead. The No-Go Gray solution, it gives you a different tonal quality to the beard. So the lighter parts will be darker than they are now. If they're gray, they'll be darker, and it just looks more natural. So just the whole overall tonal quality of the dye job will just breathe and look more natural rather than the chemical stuff. Does that make sense? I hope so, because I don't want to repeat myself. So a few things about this. If this is your first time using an all-natural product, this is an all-natural product, so it doesn't behave the same way every time for everyone. It's going to behave a little bit differently. But don't fear, if you test this out on the weekend, before you have to go back to work on Monday or a long weekend, if you're paranoid and you want to make sure you tweak it out properly, that's always a good idea. It's also good to do at night before you go to bed, because sometimes it can take a couple hours to oxidize, to work itself in. Another thing to consider is the thicker your bristles, the longer it takes to work. Sometimes it may just not take it at all the first time. The more you use this product, the easier it becomes every time to use. I know that sounds a little weird, but it's true. It's just an all-natural product, and sometimes it can be a little bit unpredictable. However, I use this stuff. I love this stuff. I've been using it for years or something very similar, and absolutely love it and believe in it. And again, it's never burned me. It's never hurt me in any way. So I highly recommend the No-Go Gray solution. Now, what I mean by it won't take to all beards is, again, if you have a coarser beard, it's a little bit thicker. It's tougher for it to absorb, not necessarily absorb, but just to take the dye and oxidize with it. So you may have to use it a couple times to see that. Another thing that can happen is after you've rinsed out the product, you may notice a greenish tint, because the product is green. It's a green powder. It's also very earthy smelling, like matcha tea. That's what I get a lot. It's super just earthy, natural smelling. So there's that, and I love that. I'd rather smell that than any chemi product any day. But again, it being green, sometimes, not for everybody, but sometimes it can leave a little green hue or tint when you first rinse off the product after you're done using it. That will fade really quick. That fades in a couple hours. And the more you use the product, the less you see that, but it does fade. And for some people, it may take a couple hours. Other people, it may take all night while you're sleeping to oxidize, but it will fade and it will disappear. And again, the more you use the product, the less you'll experience that. And again, if you're doing it at night, there's really nothing to worry about, but it can leave, again, a slight green tint, which you may see when I demonstrate this. If you're using and this is a dark brown. If you're using our black one, that can leave a purple tint or hue sometimes, and that's another one. The more you use it, the less you'll see that. But it's all natural. This doesn't happen for everybody. A small percentage will see that. But again, if you have the time and, well, I don't know, the desire to work through that, you will. Again, awesome product. So let's get to it. What you will need are these two things: a tablespoon and the brush that comes with it. And then I choose to use this little like miso soup bowl. It's a little Japanese bowl. Works perfectly for mixing the No-Go Gray solution. And I start off, I consider my beard right now, this is an average beard length. To me, when I say average beard length in the instructions, this is what I'm talking about. It's pretty average. It's well maintained, it's shaped. It's not too long, it's not too short. And it can be kind of wild looking if you don't comb it. So I take, never a heaping tablespoon, because a little really goes a long way. So you're gonna have to experiment what you need to use when it comes to ratios. But this, plop it in the bowl, and then the hottest water you can get from the tap. Start off with a tablespoon of the hot water too to get you going. So 1-to-1 ratio there, and then blend it in. And you may need to, and actually you will need to add more water to this. So keep that in mind until you get this green slurry with the consistency of mustard. A green mustard. Dr. Seuss would be proud. Now typically I'd be stirring this instead of with the end of this with a spoon. And you can already smell it. Again, a natural product has a natural smell, no chemicals, no fragrance oils, all natural ingredients, which includes organic henna. So nothing but the best for you and for your face. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at, and now that's what you're looking at. Slurry, again, it's like a mustardy condiment type, muddy consistency. Or a mud mask if you've ever tried one of those. Now with the comb, or the brush, I start off first with the areas that I know are going gray. Are they gray, or they're white, whatever it is. I hit them up first. And you try to really, just work it in there. And this is, once more, is something I would do at night when I'm about to sit down and watch some TV or something, or read a book. So I know I'm gray in this area. So hit that. I'm also gray a little over here as well. The no-go gray solution cleans up really easy, folks, too. Just don't let it sit on anything for too long. You don't want this color to stain. Not that it has, or it will, but as with any dyeing product, you just want to hit it with a wet cloth or a paper towel rather than let it sit there. But this behaves more like clay than your traditional chemical dye. Okay, so we got those areas. I know there's some over here as well. And once more, a little goes a long way. So you're gonna need to experiment with what works for you, ratio-wise at first. But once you get this down, I'm telling you, you're gonna absolutely love the no-go gray solution. Because I've had some horrible experiences in the past, over the last 10 years, using different, dyes for men. And one I wrote about too. It was an insane reaction I had. And the thing is, I'd been using it for months before I had a reaction. And it seemed out of the blue. In fact, I didn't relate it to the dye at first. I thought it was something else. I thought I had poison ivy under my beard because I had gone hiking. But no, it turns out it was a reaction, or a chemical burn. And I also hit the stash too, because again, you want everything to match tonally. Another thing I should mention is it's good to apply this when there's no other product in your beard. So apply it to a clean, dry beard. Aftershaves in your beard, colognes, mucus, whatever. Any contaminant that's in there could react with this and alter your results. So make sure you're using this on a clean beard. And see, I've got a great amount of coverage on here, but I have a little bit left. So waste not, want not. I'm just gonna try to really work that into the gray areas. And I will do this maybe once a week. Sometimes I get away with a little more than a week to maintain this. And again, the more you use this stuff, the better the results are every time. For, lots of men. But being a natural product, you gotta be patient with it. But for a while, when the chemical stuff wasn't working, I was frustrated. I stopped dyeing my beard or trying to dye my beard. And it was kind of, you know, it sucks. It sucks going gray. I'm not happy about growing old. Okay, so once this is on, you let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes. You might try and get away longer with that, and you can, but just never exceed 30 minutes. That's going too far. It's going too far. So 10 to 15 minutes, what I do, especially your first time using it, I say 10 minutes, sit with it on your face, watch some TV, read a book, whatever, set the timer for 10 minutes. When that's up, hit the shower. Shampoo it out of your beard, condition it, whatever you want, but just wash it well out of your beard. And once more, you may experience a green tint. That's natural. It's totally natural. It'll fade as the dye oxidizes within a couple hours, or a few hours, we'll say. And if it hasn't by then, give it a chance overnight. Give it 8 hours overnight, and it should be gone. And then other beards will suck up the brown or the blonde or whatever color you're using immediately, and you'll immediately see that. So different beards react differently. The thinner, the less coarse of the beard, the better it's going to behave with the dye. It just wants it. The thicker, it's going to be a little more resistant, but in time, it'll start accepting it. So that's that, folks. That's the location. That's the location. That's not the location. That's the application. Now I'm going to wash this out of my beard. Well, after 10 minutes. Be right back. Boom! Shower complete. Yeah, folks. I don't know if you can see it or not, but okay. So this is a typical dye job from No Go Gray. If you can compare to before and now after, see the grays are now, well, they're a lighter blonde. And this is the thing with No Go Gray. Oxidation is still transpiring. So this will get darker too in a couple hours. But this is, I've had absolutely wonderful results with the No Go Gray solution. So that's that, folks. Again, it's all natural, so you need to be patient with it. Don't freak out. It typically works out. I mean, there's a small percentage of men that just can't use it, and that's fine. They have really thick, coarse beards. But I recommend everyone give it a go. Give it a try over a few days, even a couple weeks before you make up your mind on the thing. But I mean, I've had nothing but excellent results. No rashes, no burns. It's hypoallergenic. It's all natural. It's a wonderful product. So pick up some of your No Go Gray solution today, brush included. Until next time, folks, this is Douglas Smythe from PhoenixShaving.com. Shave on, or dye on, and stay groovy. Until next time, ciao.